So, you guys, teachers are not perfect. We make mistakes, and sometimes our mistakes are really silly, and sometimes they can be really embarrassing. And I am going to show you one of those mistakes that can happen. So, as I am editing my video, if you can see in the background, I'm in the process of editing the video. I noticed I made a boo-boo. And the boo-boo is when I was planning out my week using my planner, I wrote February 29th and February 30th. I have no idea what I was thinking, and that I did not catch that until tonight. So I just want to preface this by saying I know for 2018 there is no February 29th, there is no February 30th. It should really be March 1st and March 2nd. I know that, but it's too late. I can't go and reshoot the video. So try not to laugh too hard as you watch me plan. Hey guys, this is Miss Momo here, and I'm doing something different with my video this week. So I got a lots of positive feedback about my lesson planning video that I did last week, and I wanted to continue the lesson planning theme, and I'm going to try something a little different this time around. Today's Sunday, it's really late. It is 8:52. I finished lesson planning earlier in the day, but I am back just printing out my sheets that I need to have on my desk. As I mentioned in a previous video, I do not have to submit my weekly lesson plans to anyone. I just have to have them on my desk just in case someone comes in and they want to see them. So I'm going to flip around and I am going to quickly explain to you what I am going to do in my class this week, and my hope this week is to videotape me accomplishing what I set out to do. So this would be kind of a reflection for myself and a way to keep myself accountable to make sure that I'm hitting the standard that I want to hit this week and that I am carrying out my lessons like I intend to do. So let me flip this camera around and briefly show you what I'm going to do with science class this week. Hey guys, let me show you what I am going to do for the week, and let me start with science. On Monday, I'm going to start with a review. These are concepts and basically a standard they should have mastered in middle school. But when I did a pre-assessment, I noticed that they needed just a little bit of reminding, or they needed a little bit of review. So I'm just going to spend one day reviewing phase change. Here is the sheet that I'm going to use. And then we're going to do a celery experiment. It says experiment, but it's really more of an activity. So I'm going to do that with the kids on Monday, just as a review and to pique their interest. I think they're going to like the celery activity. And on Tuesday, we're really going to get started with the standard for the week. And we're going to do a temperature change due to evaporation. And I'm going to do a modified lab because the lab and the curriculum really requires us to compare the evaporation time of three substances: water, alcohol, and acetone. And because I am not in a real science classroom, I cannot do it safely with alcohol and acetone, so I will just have to do it with water, and then I will create data for the other two so that they could compare the evaporation rates between the two. So that's what I'm going to do on Tuesday. And after I wrote this lesson plan, I realized that Wednesday I have a field trip, so I will not be available on Wednesday. So I'm going to move the station comparing up to Tuesday. And I think if I have the lab set up in such a way the kids do not have to do the labs, they do not have to set up the lab themselves. And if I do it so that it's already ready for them and all they have to do is the action part of the lab, I will have enough time to include some stations, a little bit of station work on Tuesday. So that's going to move up to Tuesday. Thursday, I think I'm going to have the kids write an argument based on the lab they did and the data that they analyzed. And Thursday, if there is time, I want to add the application piece. I want them to think big picture. Why do we study evaporation and temperature change? Why do we care? How can we apply this to the world we live in? And I'm going to find an article or maybe a YouTube video that discusses evaporation change and global warming. So that would tie in the piece of why we care about evaporation and temperature change. Why is it relevant to us? Why do we study this in high school? And Friday, as always, will be assessment day. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so you just watched me go over what my week should look like in science. Monday, review day. Tuesday, I'm really going to hit the standard for the week. Wednesday, I will be absent. So the sub work will be related to evaporation somehow. I just haven't thought that far. Thursday will be kind of gluing it all together. Why do we care about evaporation and temperature change? Why do we study it? And I'm going to find something that ties in evaporation, change, and global warming so they can kind of put it together. Why we study evaporation? Why is it important to us in science? Why do we care? And it's because it has a role in global warming. So that is my plan for the week. I do have plans for my other class, but that is a little more fluid. And I'm really just going to focus on my science this week. So I'm hoping that I can have pictures of the kids working, not of the kids themselves, but just like images of students working. My kids are shy. They do not like to be on camera, which is why you don't see them. But I'm hoping I can find time to take pictures of them doing work so you can see them engaged in class. You don't necessarily have to see their faces, but you can see them working. And then I will hold myself accountable to see if I got through what I needed to get through and how effective I was. So it's Sunday night. I'm getting ready to wrap all of this up, watch a little TV, and I'll see you in the morning. Guys, I just finished teaching periods 1 and 2, and this is my instructional collaboration period. So I have a few minutes before I have to go meet with a colleague and we go talk about, I don't know, something today. I don't know what's on the agenda, but I don't know, we'll talk about something and be productive. I showed you a little bit of me projecting that one worksheet in class. So according to my lesson plan, I am almost on target. I will be a little bit behind for tomorrow, which is okay. So I said for today I was going to do the celery activity and then I was going to complete the phase change vocabulary worksheet. I got the celery experiment or activity done, and I only finished one side of the vocabulary worksheet, but I still consider that a success because the flip side should only take about 10 minutes or so tomorrow. And with the lab that I'm going to do, I think both of that should just pretty much fill up the day. And I just want to show you what the celery activity is for those of you who have never done it before. Here we are. Now, even my kids had said that they did this when they were in 1st or 2nd grade. This is not supposed to be a rigorous activity. Bottom to the top of the celery, but now they can add vocabulary to the terms. They know it's capillary action, but now they can tell me about cohesion, they can tell me about adhesion, and now that we're talking about intermolecular forces, they can tell me why the properties of water, and in this case, why we are able to have water travel from the bottom of the celery all the way up to the top. So that's it right now. That's pretty much what I am going to do for my fourth period. It's my advanced class, so they are not going to get the phase change worksheet. It would be pretty much a waste of time for them. I will mention the vocabulary, but I don't have to sit down and fill out the phase change for them. I think that will be pretty evident as we go through the lesson. And they are going to get a more rigorous second half of the day. So I need to go make copies before I meet with my colleague friend. So let me go make copies and I'll talk to you later. It is Tuesday and I'm excited about today. So what I have planned on my agenda for science class is we need to finish the back of the worksheet dealing with phase changes, and that is going to segue into our activity today, our lab, where we are going to do evaporation, and we're just going to time the evaporation rates of a few substances, and then we are going to do temperature changes due to evaporation. That's on my agenda today. I'm excited to see how well it goes and how well the kids receive the lesson. I'll talk to you later. I'm sitting in my car. I pulled up to work about 10 minutes ago, but I was too busy on my cell phone looking up YouTube videos. So I'm in my car, my building's behind me, and there you go. That's my niece's car seat. So it's 7:23. I have to be there at 7:30. I'm going to get out the car and let's get this party started. I just realized while I was driving that today is also parent-teacher conferences. It will be today and tomorrow after school. So that's another reason why I'm sitting in this car, because it's going to be a really long day here. So talk to you in a few minutes.
This is going to take a while.
How long has it been?
Ask him.
When did you stop this one? At what time?
Like that?
What was it? 4 minutes 11. And how much time are we with this one?
Almost at 5 minutes.
Almost at 5 minutes. Guys, today is the end of my Tuesday, my work day, and it went pretty well. I am really excited at the way the kids grasped the concept today. I was talking to one, let me switch this. I was talking to one of my partner teachers, and specifically the one that teaches chemistry, and he is way ahead of me. But I've been teaching for a while. I've done this. There's no need to rush through content, because you will check off the box of I taught it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they learned it. And with my kids, we have a lot of absent days. We have a lot of lethargicness, if that's a word. They come in sleepy because they didn't sleep for whatever reason. They come in, some of them because they were smoking first period or right before they got to school, and they're feeling some kind of way. We have a lot of issues that we have to deal with at our school, and I'm sure pretty much any Title I school or urban districts. And so I have learned that you really have to go at the kids' pace. Doesn't mean that you have to stop teaching, doesn't mean you have to dumb things down, but what I've learned is it's okay to take things slowly If I don't get through an entire curriculum, at least I am assured that what I did go through, the kids have a good understanding of it. So today was a good day. It was another example of phase change. So today they looked at their celery experiments again, and they were able to make observations. I did have a couple of the kids say, you know, I've done this before, what am I looking at? And then I had to explain to them that yes, you may have done this experiment in elementary, and what was your response at elementary to why what is happening is happening? Oh, the water is moving up. Got it. That's an elementary answer. And then I'll say, okay, if you've done this in middle school, tell me why do you see, if let's say you put it in red food dye, why are you seeing red food dye go up the stalk into the leaves? And they might say something like capillary action. And I say, perfect, but that's a middle school answer, middle school content. Now you're in high school. We are going to look at the same experiment that you are familiar with. Oh, I changed the date. Today's Tuesday, but I changed the date for Wednesday already. So now in high school, we're going to use high school vocabulary and high school content. We're going to talk about why water is so special that it can go up against gravity. And we're going to use terms such as intermolecular forces, hydrogen bonding, etc. You kind of have to take time to explain to the kids your process. So that's what I did today. I think they're getting it, which is always good. Tomorrow is a field trip day for me. So I will have 30 kids on the field trip, 31 I think. And the rest of my kids will just do a review activity. I will continue with the lesson on Thursday. I'm hoping to show you a little bit about the field trip I'm going to on tomorrow. I would like to show you about what I'm going to do, but I'm not sure about recording with so many kids there, but I'll let you know. As of right now, I am 30 minutes before the start of parent-teacher conference, and until then, or until next time, I'll see you later.
Quo is always challenged by the underdog, is always challenged by the people who see the world differently, who are able to see ideas and opportunity where those of us who are maybe a little bit older can't see it or don't see it.
What you doing?
A little slower, a little slower. Okay. Hey guys, it is 12:29 and I'm so excited. The day has been phenomenal. We picked right back up. We had the field trip yesterday, but today those kids act like we didn't miss a beat, and I so appreciate it. I'm going to show you the sheet we filled out today after we did our lab, and I'm very proud at what they came up with. That was the bell. Here we go. This is what they filled out. I almost covered the name, but I realized it was mine. They had to do making an argument. This is the argument they came up with, and this was the evidence that they decided supported this claim. This was based on the lab we did today, and this is their scientific reasoning. Today was an awesome day. So what I'm doing now, I really spent my lunch with the kids because I have a microwave and they like to bring in food that they could warm up, that they can warm up. Ow, it's too hot, too hot. I guess school food is just like not the thing. They don't want it. They want my microwave so they can warm up delicious food. I have a spinach pizza that is in the microwave. I just tried to get it out, but it's super hot. So technically I'm on planning, but I am going to spend some of my planning eating lunch because I didn't do that with the kids here. And then I have to make a parent phone call and make sure I have copies for my assessment tomorrow at 2:30 to 3:30. I have extended school day, and I just need to make sure I have a copy of the assignment for the kids that finished the assignment on Tuesday. I forgot to show you the pizza. This is my pizza. It is spinach and cheese. It is a lean cuisine. Good happy Friday. I feel really, really accomplished this morning. I went to bed early last night, so I got up about 3:45 this morning. I spent an hour doing doc studies. I washed clothes. I looked over my lesson for today, and so I feel really, really accomplished, and I feel really good for it to be not quite 6 o'clock. So I'm going to go downstairs, fix my lunch for today, and then the next time I see you, I will be at school. Hey guys, I am back home. It has been a really busy day. I had zero opportunity to film at school today, so I'm just going to catch you up on what my Friday was like, and I'll be back in just a second. Here you go. This is the assessment I gave the kids today. This is my copy. And so the kids had to go through and answer 5 questions about what we've been learning this week. I was able to grade 2 classes out of my 3 science classes today, and I must say I'm very happy with the results. So at this point, I do not think I need to revisit a topic for next week. And I only had a couple of students that did not get mastery or developing on their assessment. They got an I, which means ineffective. But those are just a couple of students who just don't come to school on time, or they don't come to school regularly. And I'm just going to pull them aside or have them come to extended school day next week. So I am moving on, and that is a great sign. That means teaching went well this week. So I taught, students learned. So that's it, you guys. Thank you for watching this video and planning with me. I really appreciate the fact that I tried to keep myself accountable this week. You helped me plan on Sunday, and you were with me as I went through and taught the lessons Monday through Thursday, and today, assessment day. Everything turned out fantastic. I am ready to move on. If you like this type of video and you want to see more videos like this, just leave me a comment down below. And if you want to see any other kinds of videos from me, I'm very open to suggestions. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified every single time I upload. Until then, people, have a happy, happy weekend, and I'll see you next time.